Here we are. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Connecting Life podcast. I'm your host, Diana Boskma, and I'm here to help you connect the dots of life so that you can live your best life in a healthy and fulfilling way. Today, I'm talking with Summer Carter. She's an amazing life coach and human being. Would you please tell us a little bit more about yourself, Summer?
Yes, I am a certified life coach. I am passionate about helping women with their goals and on their healing journeys. And I just really love what I do. I'm just really passionate about it. Thank you
Awesome.
for
I
having
like
me.
it. Oh, yeah, my pleasure. So, everybody, Summer and I will talk about self-love today. Self-love is something that a lot of people think is simple and easy and just some superficial stuff, but Summer and I are of the opinion it goes a bit deeper than that. Do you have anything you want to start off with, Summer, that would be a really good thing to help people get more awareness on what it really is?
Well, I think it's important to point out that there is a big difference between self-love and self-care.
Yes, it's a big one. And even with self-care, when I hear about people talking about, I'm going to the gym, so I do self-care, I always wonder how much else they do. So I ask them that question, because even that, going to the gym doesn't have to be self-love or self-care. It could be almost punishing yourself for not having the right body. So there's so many gradations in that, I've noticed. So yeah, it's an interesting topic, and self-love trumps it all,
Hmm.
because that's about how you treat yourself in a loving and caring way. It's the way I see it. How do you feel about that?
I absolutely agree with that.
Hmm.
Um, it is definitely is looking at yourself and being self-aware and hearing the words that you say to yourself and the way you allow yourself to be seen and how you support yourself, especially during the hard times.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. The hard times are where the judgment frequently comes in. Because that's one thing that I've noticed with a lot of people that I talk with, that they really struggle with the way they talk to themselves, that they judge themselves more harshly than they would ever judge someone else. Because with another person, they have more compassion, but to themselves, not that much. And then one of my questions frequently becomes, as in, who tells you that? Because it's often something that's from the past, not from the present, not from themselves, but a voice from the past, frequently someone they grew up with, whichever way it was, sometimes family, sometimes school, sometimes hobbies, sometimes just other people. And that's it can be quite sad when that voice is there constantly telling you things that are not all that compassionate towards yourself.
Absolutely. Those, yeah, because those are very harsh things, and most most of the time they're not true. They're
Yeah.
coming from someone else's pain or someone
Yes.
else's jealousy.
Yep. They're someone else's world. They're not
Hmm.
yours. That makes it hard. It's have you ever read The Four Agreements? Because that made me really aware of these things. It's
No.
uh, it's an amazing book. It talks so it has different chapters, and one of the chapters is called domestication. And in that chapter, it's discussed that we are kind of, this is my interpretation of it, that we are kind of the accumulated opinions of others. So throughout your childhood, things have been told to you, how you should behave, but also, like when you tell a young child, as in, you're such a difficult person, they're gonna be a difficult person over time. But when you tell them you're so smart, that's also what, because that's what becomes their world. And many people don't think about what they tell kids, to just say whatever comes to mind. Like one of these things, girls have to be pretty, girls don't run, girls, I don't know what things are, but there's quite a lot of rules that girls grow up with. And you just become that over time. And one of my things, and I've told various people, and I don't even know whether I said it in this podcast at some point. I may have, and then it's going to be a repeat, but that's cool. Was that I knew. So I love knitting as a hobby. I really like knitting all sorts of interesting things. It's for me a project thing. I like doing the process. It's not so much about the outcome. The outcome, I sometimes have this thing, who wants this? I just wanted to do that project. But my mom always told me I didn't like lace knitting. I don't know where it came from. I can't ask her anymore either because she's not among us anymore. But that was what I knew about myself. I didn't like lace knitting. And then I saw a project and I thought, wow, I really want to have this. But my mum was not well enough at the time, so I couldn't ask her to do it because normally she would do those projects for me. And then I started looking at commissioning someone and saw the prices, and I thought, well, no, I'll just have to do this myself. I know I can do it. It's not hard. And then I started doing it, and I thought, I love this. Why did I think I hated it? I never figured it out, but it was a really interesting thing to go through this journey of what else am I convinced of in my life that's not true.
Mm.
So it was very eye-opening to notice that. And I've been questioning these things ever since. I have this opinion, why? It's become quite the habit of just questioning why I feel the way I feel about things. And also with that questioning has come a lot of, oh, let me change my mind on this. I actually don't agree. Or I don't feel this is correct. It's been really an interesting journey. And that's not exactly self-love, but it certainly helps with it.
Yeah, that is, in that moment, I really like it because it's not only a moment of learning, but a moment of unlearning. And
Yeah.
that's really cool.
Yeah. And the unlearning part's actually harder than the learning part.
Mm-hmm.
Once you're convinced, it's a habit. And unlearning that habit of thinking in a certain way, yeah, it can get tricky. I've, in the meantime, knit so much lace stuff that the habit is gone, but there are still some other habits. Yeah. Yeah, it's always been about the challenge of the project for me, not so much anything else. So, yeah. Which is doing nice things for yourself. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Getting really pretty yarn is self-care.
Yes.
But yeah. And then wearing it is probably self-care and self-love.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're wearing something that you made and that you're proud of.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nice thing.
You are supporting your own hobbies and interests.
Mm-hmm.
That is self-love.
Yep. You know what the other part is? Making time for doing the things you find interesting and find fun, and not just doing what everybody else wants you to do.
Absolutely. Is saying
Mm-hmm.
saying to yourself, I hear you say that you want to do this thing and that it's important to you. And so I'm willing to make the time in the day
Yeah.
for you to do these things.
Yep. What I noticed for myself was that when I would plan it into my calendar, it was more likely to happen than when it's not in there. Because I look at my calendar, my work calendar all the time. And what I've done is first put in the family things needed, then put in meal times that I want to be part of. And then around that, also hobby time and other things that I find important to do. And the moment it was in there, it was like much more likely, like maybe 75% more likely that it would actually happen than when I wouldn't do that. And that's been really good because that way I can organize my calendar in a way that it's good for me, but also for business. So it both works really well that way. So yeah, initially I tried to put first business in there and then family stuff and myself around it. That doesn't work.
No.
Because then you can just make the calendar from, like 8 to 10. It will be full, and there's never time for me. That's not working. I did that for a bit in the beginning. Then I just said, this is not working. I don't want to do this. So then it became all the necessary things first, then the things that I also had to be. Because I think doing things for me is a very important thing for my well-being. My well-being helps with building my business and, supporting my clients, everything. Because without that, When I don't take care of me, I can't take care of anything.
Can't
It
pour
just
from an
becomes,
empty cup.
nope, nope. And that cup thing is the overflow. That's where you can, then it's good. First fill your own, like properly fill it, then have it overflow, and that's for others.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good thing. Yeah.
And the prequel to that is you can't fill your cup if you don't make yourself a priority.
Mm-hmm. It is about making yourself a priority. Because who else can do it? You're the only one who can.
No one can
In
do
that
it as
way.
good as you.
Well, the thing is, someone can make you a priority in their life, but they cannot do your self-love for you. They cannot do your self-care for you. They can support you in it. And in that way, you can be a priority of someone, but you have to be your own first priority to do everything to take care of you.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's just, how much I would like someone else to do it for me. It's not going to happen. Because that's just me. I've got to do it. There's nothing else that can do it. Nobody, nothing. It's just, yeah. It's like
Mm-hmm.
taking care of the house. The house won't do it. The people in it have to do it. And when they don't do it, then there's a bit of lack for everybody. It doesn't feel good. And when there's a paint job that needs doing, when it's done, it looks really nice. Everybody feels better. So showing love for your car, your house, yourself, the family helps
Mm-hmm.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah, it absolutely does. And I think, yes, it's nice when other people show up for you and take care of you, but when
Mm-hmm.
you are able to do it for yourself,
Yeah.
it's just a whole different level.
It is. It goes much deeper.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice when someone draws you a bath. That's not it. But you still have to get in there yourself. You still have to feel and do and relax in there. Nobody can relax for you.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta do it yourself. It would be cool sometimes. And there's also this thing of getting a massage sometimes that can be so relaxing and it's again, you do it for you. And yeah, okay, someone else is also at work. That's not it. But you gotta show up there to get it done.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really nice.
It is.
Yeah. Makes you feel so much better. Like yesterday morning, so I know a lady that does acupuncture and some massage things and gua sha and all these things, and she's really good at it, and she's a lovely lady. So yesterday I had an appointment with her, and it's just an hour, but man, did I feel better. It's amazing how you feel after having that kind of care for yourself to be able, because there have been times where I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't take an hour out of my day because no, everything else is more important than me. And this is good to just be here. I do. So my self-love has grown so much over the years to just lay there, let someone else massage my back and my calf, and then some needles poked here and there. Yeah, good.
Sounds lovely.
It was really good. Some of the needles were a bit ouchy, but also did the work really well. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it was good.
And I also think it's amazing because you just mentioned that that wasn't something that you would put in your schedule before. So
No.
it's now you are. And so
Mm-hmm.
you have moved into a place where you are open to receiving. You're not
Yes.
just giving anymore.
No. And it's every other week at the moment
Ooh,
because that's what I thought
fancy.
was good. Yes, it's very nice. It just feels so good.
Mm-hmm.
So, yep. Energy's higher. It's a kind of you're just vibrating on a higher level, and that's so good. So it
Mm,
works. The thing is, when I do things like that for me, I'm able to be there more for my family. I'm able to be there more for my business. So win-win. It actually it makes so much better because my energy is higher, I sleep better, I feel physically better. All of that works. So yeah, it's
yeah.
basically a no-brainer when you think about it, but then again, it sometimes just doesn't happen for people. And I've had phases where it really didn't happen, where I was really stressed out and I had to say, no, I don't have time for this. I've got to do this. I've got to do that. No time here, no time there. It doesn't work. I had to turn it around. As in, I take time for me. Cool. I do this and that and here and there for me. And then everything starts flourishing around me too, because my cup is full. And when it's not, it's hard. Everything's hard.
Absolutely. And with both of us being mothers, we know how easily that can happen, to where everyone else's needs are they come first, they're more immediate, and you just can't seem to find any time for yourself, but you're running on fumes. There's nothing left.
Definitely been there. It's an interesting thing, because I've talked with many women over the years about that, and it seems that it's like a global way women get raised. And in some cultures it's worse than others, but in general it's this thing, well, your kids have to come first. Well, they also have another parent most of the time, or there's other relatives. And it's not like as a mother you always have to. There's usually the other parent, and then there's some aunts, uncles, whatever there all is. And it's sometimes neighbors, it doesn't really matter. I've had, one of my daughters, our neighbor at some point asked whether she would be willing to help out. So one of my daughters actually did. She got paid for it, so it was really nice for her. So when our neighbor got her youngest baby, my daughter went over there to help out with the older one all the time. So yeah, that lady was better at self-care, self-love than I was at the time, thinking back of that, because she really hired people. Like, she hired someone to help clean so she could be there for her kids, and she was also doing a little business on the side that she wanted to do, so she took time for that. She planned it in, she planned a gym, and all of it was planned in, and she did it. But it meant she hired people to help out with her kids and in her house, and she saw that. And these days I agree, back then I didn't even realize, because this is over 10 years ago in the meantime. But yes, this is really proper self-care and self-love, because she made sure that she was doing well. So yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. And I mean, to that note, I feel like there were so many of us that were raised believing that we were supposed to do it all.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's basically how things were. Where I grew up, mum did everything all around. The neighborhood where I grew up, nobody hired a cleaner. Nobody went to the gym or anything, because they had plenty to do. But it was, mum was martyr, that was it. And it was standard, and nobody questioned it even. So many of these women, thinking back, I had this thing, they suffered. They did not enjoy their lives. Only when the kids got older they were okay. But yeah, it was also a very religious neighborhood, so until menopause, kids kept coming. So that was also really difficult. We had families that had 15 kids, some 10 kids, so it was huge.
Yeah.
And that's tough, really hard life. So yeah. So these ladies did not know much about self-love and self-care.
There was no time for it.
Nope. No, definitely not. Yeah. Actually quite sad, thinking back about it. I have thought about how the neighborhood I grew up in quite a couple of times, about how things were so different than now, but also than other areas. Just in the same village where I grew up, there were other areas where it was very different, where people weren't from the same church, and it was such a different thing. But yeah, tricky what culture can do.
But I bet those ladies look down on you now, and they're probably very proud of what you know now and what you can do now.
Yeah, chances are. Because it did change over the time that I grew up. Things did not stay the way they were. There was some progress, and it was slow, but it was there. So yeah, things did change. So what I'm wondering about now is, when you would like to give someone something to take away from this conversation, something like, this would be something you could start with, or this would be a good thought to sit with, or something, what would that be?
I think I would like to say that if you want to start a self-love journey for yourself,
Yeah.
that it's very important to know that you're going to have to love everything about yourself.
Yeah.
You're going to have to love the good and the bad.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have to have compassion. You're going to
Mm-hmm.
have grace.
Yeah.
And you are going to have to be the person that cheers loudest for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And one of the things that I'm always thinking about is the compassion and understanding, to have that towards yourself. Once you know where certain behaviors come from, when you have that understanding, you can be compassionate about it, and then you can change it. But unless you don't have the understanding, because it's awareness, then understanding, then compassion in my head. Because the moment you become aware, you still don't understand why you do it half the time.
Mm-hmm.
And then understanding, why do I do this all the time? And then slowly but carefully do change. Sometimes quick. The moment you have this massive insight, you just say, no, I don't want to do this anymore. But it's not
Mm-hmm.
always a quick change. Sometimes it's this, oh, I don't want to do this anymore. How do I change it? Well, one step at a time. Yeah. But there's no way back. The moment you know, there's no way back.
Oh no, once you see it, you can't
Mm-hmm.
unsee it.
No, no, there's no unseeing those things. And that's a blessing, I think.
I would agree.
Yeah. It's not always easy, but it's definitely a blessing. Yeah.
It's so worth it though.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Any other thoughts?
Um, I just want people to know you can do this. You can absolutely do this. And
Yep.
when you start to love yourself, I'm telling you, it will change the way you look at life. It will change everything.
It does, yeah. Agreed.
Mhm.
And there's different levels of it as well. The deeper you go, the more change it is, and the more you understand why others behave the way they do.
Mhm.
Because you've been there, done that.
Mhm.
Don't want to do it again.
Nope, not interested.
Nope. That ship has sailed. Yeah. Yeah, it changes so much. Yeah. Yeah, I think we've been talking about a good 20 minutes about this in the meantime, by the look of the time.
It's been a good chat.
It has been. I really enjoyed it. Yeah.
Me too.
Any last thoughts? Or have you shared what you feel is the most important things to share?
There is there's one thing, and I always come back to this whenever
Mm-hmm.
there's any kind of like people are having any kind of issue or problem. Um, for all of the conversations that I've had about healing and for all the people that I have coached with,
Mm-hmm.
I have thought deeper into the problems and the issues that come to the light. And I swear the answer, if you just keep digging and digging and digging and digging, the answer at the very bottom every time is love.
Mm-hmm.
Love in some form,
Yeah.
self-love, parent love, kid love. I mean, just whatever it is, it always funnels down to love.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Hmm.
I like that. It's a very good thought. Yeah. Yep. Very good thought. All right. Shall we leave everybody with the thought of it's always love?
It's always love.
Yeah. I think that's a really good note to leave people with and end it on. So then I have one more question for you. When viewers or listeners would like to contact you, how can they do this?
Right now, you can contact me by email. My email is shehealscoaching@gmail.com. You can also find me on Instagram. I believe it's Coach Empower Heal. And my TikTok is Tink0478.
Cool. I will add the information that you just shared in the description of the video. So then it will probably be a clickable link
Thank you.
that will help people click to you. And other than that, I would like to say thank you very much for joining me today. I really enjoyed our conversation.
Thank you so much for having me. I always love chatting with you.
No problem at all.